Okay. Next up, we got more Kazahana. Uh, Great videos, make some amazing content. But apparently, there's been a situation here with Darling Straub, who's actually like. So she's married to Rev Says Desu, who many of you know is like the Lolly news like VTuber. Uh, but but she herself, Straub, is like she's like this like she's like one of those like Christian channels like where like her content is literally like reading the Bible and stuff. You get what I'm saying? And like so for some reason this like company that makes like plushies decided, oh man, hold on. So she's married to this like guy that like is into like lollies, but like actual lollies, like so not like underage girls, but like actual like Rebecca and like actual lollies, like the like flat chested, no booty cheeks, kind of like flat ass, flat cheeks, flat ass, flat breasts, kind of like body type. And so because of that, they're like, oh damn, because you like flat chested women, that must mean that you also like little girls. So we're gonna cancel you, and by proxy, we're gonna cancel your wife. And so even though his wife is like genuinely like one of those like Christian like she actually has full blown like ASMR reading the Bible videos. You get what I'm saying? Like just the worst person to try to cancel. Like look at her read her freaking Twitch like freaking her Twitter freaking bio. Jesus lover. Like are you kidding me? Like freaking it like oh my goodness,
this situation has recently dropped.
And like like all I gotta say is like Christian YouTube, Christian Twitch, Christian like the like Jesus community, including like the Catholic, not just the Christian, but like the Catholics, the Jewish, the like all these different like Jesus loving or at least God loving and generally speaking religious loving communities came together and were just like you like this is just not the person to go after. Y'all are wrong for this. Let me go ahead and move myself over a little bit just so I'm not all up in Kazahana's face. To the left, every single thing that I love to the left. Alright, there we go. Sorry, that you love is what I meant to say. Play!
Planning on making a video today, but essentially it's to do with a VTuber called Darling Strawberry. Now, if you don't know, Darling Strawberry is a pretty popular VTuber in the space, and they cover, you know, many different things.
It's Darling Strawberry. Right? That's what it says.
But essentially, they've pretty much come out with a pretty terrible kind of tweet which has come out regarding a partnership which has been terminated. Now, essentially what they say here is, it makes me really sad to say this, but I cannot no longer support Makeshift or their campaigns. And obviously, if you don't know who Makeshift are a company that make a ton of, you know, merch. They make different plushies and things like that, which obviously they're very popular, and they work with a lot of creators. As you can see, it says like designed by creators, fueled by fans, fund limited edition campaigns. And obviously, yeah, they are a company that has been working with Darling.
And just to sort of bring a little bit more context to that like business or their whole like business strategy, the way that it typically works is they basically say, hey, if the pre-order like limit is reached, then we will make the actual plushies and send them out. However, if like the goal is not met, then they're I'm sorry, but they're just not going to be made. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like one of those situations where it's like there's really no way to lose, but it is entirely dependent on whether the creator has enough people or enough fans to actually get the project sort not funded, I guess, but like I guess approved, like to see if there's enough interest in the content creator. So it really literally is like, do people want this? And if they do, then we will go ahead and push through with it. You get me? So it's entirely dependent on the audience, entirely dependent on the content creator for them to make any money.
Strawberry, for a while. They said, I've been blacklisted from any future campaigns simply for being associated, their words, with Rev. Now, if you don't know who Rev is a kind of a commentary YouTuber who obviously talks about a lot of different topics and is also, Strawberry's partner. I don't know if they're married or if they're, I don't know.
I do believe they're married. I'm completely assuming that based off of the fact that Rev has called Straub his wife. But, it's 2025. We live in crazy times! Anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and assume. But, I made a tweet on this. I actually made a response to Makeshift, but I'll sort of hold off until later.
The actual thing is, but they're partners. They're together, and essentially,
Kazahana might make the same point.
Blacklisted from Makeshift future kind of partnerships due to her involvement with Rev, which obviously is very odd. Let's see. I've worked on 4 Makeshift campaigns since 2022, even before Rev even worked with them. He has had 3 campaigns. They have profited greatly from our collaborations and gained new customers from our communities. They say it isn't personal, but how could it not feel personal? I'm quite literally one of the least edgy people ever, and yet I'm being punished for content that is not even my own, which obviously...
Yeah, see, they say it's not personal because it's, what it actually is it's political and financial. They think that by joining on the bandwagon of the cancel culture on Twitter, on Reddit, that somehow it's going to actually be beneficial for them. What they don't understand is that people are sick and tired of all that nonsense. We're living in a different time. It's really, really, really changing across the board. If you are going to start trying to censor people, and if you're going to start trying to cancel people for not saying the politically correct thing, or not saying the thing that they're supposed to say because that's your politics and that's your worldview, people are just sort of sick of that because of the fact that they're hypocrites. How is it that you're going to say that Rev Says Desu is controversial when you've already done 3 campaigns with him? So you're totally fine making money off him when it's nice and convenient, but suddenly when the tone has changed and there's a lot of people on Reddit and on Twitter canceling people, I'm not even gonna say on Blue Sky because Blue Sky is just a failure of a website, but now that there's people getting mad about everything, all of a sudden, well, it's politically correct to be mad about this, so we're going to be mad and try to join in on the fun, so to speak, on the fun and be a part of this cancel culture, and people are starting to see that oh no, if you're part of the cancel culture, it's very easy to see that you're disingenuous, your company, especially when you've had multiple other campaigns, you're doing this purely for profit, you're doing this purely to virtue signal, and the more you virtue signal, the more people are going to hate you, because virtue signaling now is seen as the most fake, it's just fake. It's just seen as fake. I don't know what other way to say this. It's seen as fake. It's totally fake, and it's easy to see how fake you are because you're holding this one particular person, Straub, accountable, not even for her own actions, but just for being associated with Rev Says Desu. But I guarantee you that if people were to look into any of your other collaborations, they would probably find other controversial people linked to many of your other collaborators. You get me? So now, all of a sudden, it's not just about Straw being related to Rev. Now, what about all your other collaborators? What about all the other people that you're also working with? Are they linked in any way, shape, or form to other people that potentially have also done other things? You know what I'm saying? Now, we demand that you hold every single one of your collaboration partners to the same standards. Yeah, and let's be completely honest, if we were to do that, that would be stupid. And I agree it's stupid, so why are we doing this to one particular person if it's so stupid?
Obviously, they do have a big connection, but at the end of the day, Strawberry's content isn't anything to do with Rev, despite, what many people might think, obviously...
Yeah, I've said this in the past too. I've tweeted out about this. What is it? What is the deal with the new meta being I'm going to hold you accountable for somebody else's actions or somebody else's words? Like in this particular case, what the hell has Rev even done? Rev hasn't done jack squat. He hasn't done anything. I had somebody in my chat telling me that Rev is a disgusting, terrible person, and then I'm like, what did they do? Can you show me? They're like this, they're this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, can you show me the evidence? Can you send me a link? Can you show me a clip? Can you show me an image? Something. Nothing. Everybody's talking all this smack, but nobody's showing me any receipts on anything.
If you guys have seen their content, you know, as they say, they are very, not very edgy. They're not very kind of this kind of person that you wouldn't want to work with. They are very nice, from at least what I've seen. They say, as for Rev's content, yes, it is controversial, but A, it is not my content. I do not sign off on his videos, and I don't always agree with him on everything he says or does. And B, I do not think Rev acts in a way online that are hateful or edgy to the point of deserving opportunities like this to be taken away from him from companies who have worked with us both multiple times. With very positive experiences for everyone, I think
and I can agree with specifically that Rev acts in ways online that are like Rev does not act in ways that are like hateful, edgy, like because realistically, what has he said? He said that he believes that we should not be censoring lollies, specifically like the true actual lollies. Like Rebecca from Cyberpunk has been the largest example of something like this. He has blatantly come out and said he believes that underage characters or characters that look underage should not be sexualized or put into sexualized situations. He said he's against corn and against images and videos and anything that sexualizes minors. Like how, like that's not edgy. That's the safest freaking thing you could possibly say. And anybody who says otherwise, by the way, is delusional. Show me, send me a link to the actual clip, the actual video, the actual evidence of him saying otherwise. Please, I would love to see it. None of y'all can send me a link to that. Nobody's been able to send me a link to any of that, because the bro has never said the opposite of that.
his content offers a viewpoint on many controversial topics that many people do agree with. And I think we should all let all voices be heard, which is definitely true. And obviously, yeah, they go in to defend Rev there, which obviously, I think, you know, Rev does make some good content, you know, surrounding some different opinionated kind of things. Now, yeah, do I agree with everything Rev says? No. But, you know, even Strawberry says, you know, she doesn't agree with everything he says. But, you know, there is some good content out there, which obviously, again, if Makeshift wanted to part ways with him for that reason, then I think that's totally fine. But I think, you know, then going on to Strawberry due to a connection is a little bit too far. You know, Rev, I think, you know, they have grounds to do it because of his content. But Strawberry, I think, yeah, you know, just due to a connection is just way too far, and the VTubing community are not happy with that. They say Makeshift has a right to do what they think is best in terms of their own PR, but we will also have the right to let our communities know what is happening. They knew exactly who they are working with over the last 3 campaigns, and they have profited accordingly. Regardless his actions resulting in me being blacklisted purely on association, their words is wrong.
Yeah, at the end of the day, no matter what you think about Rev Says Desu, Straub is not Rev Says Desu. It is a very, very dangerous precedent to set that from now on, you're now guilty by association, no matter what. And trust me, Makeshift doesn't want to start that BS, because that is the stupidest nonsense you could possibly try to like do on the internet. The stupidest possible thing. Are you kidding me?
Makeshift has made a mistake here. Now you only must worry about your own content, but also other people's content as well. So yeah, essentially they're saying like, hey, you know, now you got to watch out who you associate with now, let alone your own content, which I think is pretty crazy if you are planning on working with Makeshift. To say, I would love to see Makeshift change their mind on this, as I've loved their plushies and we've made with them, and I've bought dozens of other Makeshift plushies from other creators throughout the years.
Bro, is holding people accountable for their own actions and not criticizing people for other people's actions a hot take nowadays? Is that a hot take in 2025? Am I insane?
Equality is great, but I cannot just in my heart support a company like this anymore. Now, obviously, they actually dropped the message that they received saying, "Hi, Straub, thanks so much for reaching out. I remember introducing us from a few months back. Mateship has grown a lot since we started first working together, and as we continue to partner with a wider range of...
No, so what's worse is that like this is something that they're not gonna be able to recover too well from. There's always like they've kind of ruined the reputation here, because now people know like now people know that Makeship is one of those companies that's effectively allowing themselves to be governed and controlled by the hate mob that likes to cancel everybody online on Twitter and all that stuff, and like basically a bunch of losers that just want to cancel people for freaking like having the wrong opinion, so to speak, or not even the wrong opinion, but specifically because there's really no right or wrong. Like this is a discussion that like is pretty much open to interpretation. But if you don't have the same opinion as them, you deserve to be canceled. And like that's just like a stupid way of thinking. Rather than like going out and trying to make a good argument, or actually, you know, letting the argument that they're trying to make speak for themselves, they go about trying to just get everybody canceled by association, or just try to get the person themselves canceled. And it's like, what did that one lawyer say? That's ad hominem, bro. Y'all just ad hominem like crazy, trying to get people canceled, because y'all know y'all don't got a like legitimate valid criticism, or y'all don't got a legitimate take, or a legitimate like like y'all stupid. So like y'all, so since y'all can't actually argue anything, y'all just start trying to get people canceled. They just start like talking trash, as opposed to actually genuinely letting their own words speak for them. Like with like people who are genuinely like bad people. They're like, you could just show their own clips, and like you'll see that they're bad people. You get me?
We've had to be more mindful of how our campaigns reflect our values. As part of that, we'll be moving away from creators whose content falls on the edgier side. Given your close,
I'm gonna grab my Arizona. I'm still listening. I'm right here.
Not to move forward. So again, they didn't even say like it's because of your content that you know we're deciding to part ways. It's because of someone else's. That's like, you know, obviously someone saying like, oh,
and that's example, even more stupid.
Like, we didn't like a Thomas.
Cause isn't that just like admitting to the guilt? Like, hey, I'm canceling you, not even because of you. I'm canceling you because of like the people like you like just in relation to
content. So you know he's your friend, so that means you can't work with us. You know.
How dare you, adult woman, decide to bang that guy who had an opinion that's not that doesn't go according to mine. Because of that, I'm no longer gonna work with you. You're canceled now. How dare you bang that guy?
Do you see how stupid that kind of sounds? You can't work with a company because you're friends, or because you're partners, or because you're associated with a certain person, which I think is absolutely ridiculous.
Is that fair? Is that fair to say?
If your content doesn't reflect, you know, similar kind of things. And obviously, yeah, they keep on going as well. You know, Strawberry also says.
But actually, though, is that fair to say? Like, would that count? Like, is that genuine? Like, can I genuinely go about like? Can I actually say that Makeship canceled Straub for banging Rev Says Desu? Like, if I made a tweet right now saying that, like, would that be accurate? Somebody hit me up. Like, if I were to go right now on Twitter and be like, I can't believe Makeship banned Straub for banging Rev Says Desu. That's so like it's crazy. I can't believe they canceled Straub for banging her own husband in the privacy of their own bedroom. That's freaking wild.
Sorry, Strawberry. So I've been calling them Strawberry, but Strawberry, same thing. Say if you'd like to support me during all of the craziness via a sponsorship that I...
Alright, everybody is getting sponsored by Factor. Somebody who's actually eaten it needs to tell me the truth right now. Like, how good is it? Like, actually, though.
Then consider trying out Factor with my link below, which obviously they still have their sponsors with Factor.
Nah. I don't want to see none of these nice looking plates. I want to see the actual, like... I want to see this freaking box coming out the microwave. Ugly as hell. I don't want to see it after you take it out the box and organize it all nice and neat on a plate, and then like freaking post it. And then I want to see it at its ugliest. I want to see it when it's like piping hot, just came out the microwave. It looks fugly as hell, and then I want to see you convert it into like a nice looking plate. You get what I'm saying? Cause I need to know, like, cause you know damn well I'm not about to buy no damn box of like food. And then what? I gotta dirty a plate. I bought the box, so I didn't have to dirty a plate.
Which is obviously the best move to do, because again, obviously Factor are getting a lot of sales and things, and obviously they even mention here, like, you know, Makeship's whole kind of slogan or whatever is designed by creators, fueled by fans. you think, you know, that there's not going to be any fans out there that want to see more strawberry stuff. You know, there's tons of fans out there, and you know, they said they've had many successful drops, they've worked with them 3 times, and all of a sudden they don't want to associate with them.
I don't know if Kazahana brings this up, but I believe Makeshift actually, because of all the backlash and the amount of people that came out in defense of Straub, they they actually had to come out and like apologize. It was freaking hysterical, hilarious.
Because of the content that Rev is putting out, not because it wasn't selling well. They sell well. They're literally, you know, they're saying it's fueled by.
By the way, if there's ever gonna be a plush, it's gonna be a Bannana plush. The Monke plush is gonna be like the last thing y'all get.
They're not really fueling it by fans. They're fueling it by the people that they, you know, want to work with.
Ah, damn! I should like
fans, which I think
damn! I didn't.
have not really liked. And
I promise y'all, because I'm gonna have to upload the videos today. But if I have time, I'll like get I'll get like images to like do the outfit debuts for Bannana. I say outfit debut, but like I said before, it's basically just my old hoodie is going to Ban in the yellow color, and I actually just took off the hoodie altogether for Nana, because I gotta find something brand new for her. I want to give her something like more comfy. I want to make her more of a pillow princess and Ban more of a sundari.
Again, they say it's been a very tough 24 hours since I found out. I've been really anxious and stressed, but I'm just grateful to have the support that I do. Thank you guys. And then obviously as well, finally, we have the most hated kind of vice writer out there talking about this, which I think is honestly just disgusting. They say, this straw is so stupid and annoying. Low-key tired of seeing it on my screen. I think this will be my first block on here.
I genuinely... Are you just mad that Straub has, like, your name? Like, that she got the name first? Like, this feels like just jealousy for the name.
Gulp. And then Anna Valens comes in and says, I don't blame you. I honestly have ignored her.
And MD&I Straubs. Yeah, this sounds like you're just jealous that Straub took your name on YouTube or something.
For months, because I think that any commentary on them is feeding the beast. They said it just kills me how people can
feed the beast.
Like they're for while perpetrating the most harmful ideologies is insane, which I think is just so dumb. I mean, you know, it's got nothing
perpetrating the most harmful ideologies. You know what? Let's find out. This is welcome, chat. This is how we double check. Anytime y'all tell me something, and I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of my chat be like making shit up. This is how I do it. Like when they told me about Tectone, or when they tell me about Rep Says Desu, or about Nuxotaku, or about what's that one fool? NMP Law, or when they tell me, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I criticize NMP Law a lot, right? He's done some stupid ass stuff. He's not the worst person though out there. Like, let's be real. Like, bro hasn't done much, really. But like, for sure, bro's kind of stupid, right? His jokes are bad. But this is how I find out whether all the nonsense people be talking, is like true or not. Darling Straub. Alright, let's check out her channel. Hold on. You can't even see your whole banner. You know what? I can't be mad. No disrespect to Red, right? But like, she knows what the oh crud. She knows what the degenerates are here for. You know, the banner's got the important bits. Just saying. Oh, I don't even know what the hell I just closed. What was that? Alright, anyway. Let's check it out. Reading Psalms. ASMR. Whispering Psalms for you. Psalm 23, 27, 34, and 42. She literally has a video where she reads Bible Psalms to you. Peaceful ASMR to help your mind slow down. Lots of triggers. Anxiety relief. Taking care of you after a long day. Personal attention. Stress relief. What a degenerate. Absolutely disgusting that she's doing this kind of stuff. I mean, I can't believe it. Jesus loves you. Learning about God's love that saves us. What an absolutely disgusting channel. I can't believe she would do this. On YouTube? Jesus loves you. Learning about God's love that... Okay, no, stop it. You can't be doing this. What a terrible message to be spreading around. Absolutely. What did she call it? Absolutely.
The beast. This.
Just what a harmful ideology. I can't believe that you would do this. Good morning, cutie. Wake up, sleepyhead. Yuck. I can't believe. Absolutely, just I can't believe you would like. And she's not banned yet. Good morning, senpai. Lots of positive affirmations because you deserve them, bro. And she hasn't caught a ban yet. I can't believe Neil's just like letting her just be on the channel like this, like on the platform like this. I don't play WoW. I play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. What an app! Just disgusting. Just disgusting, bro. I can't believe it.
Said it just kills me how people here. Honestly, I'm not sure why Straw publicly litigated reacting and people out there whenever it comes to Vice dumbest kind of content. Plus, it sends the message to other companies that sponsors that being the acts of Vtuber who this is in the space.
Okay, I think it's where we were.
And Vice articles, and they never, pipe up on a place like YouTube. I mean, again, I mean,
just accept being wrongfully terminated, bigot.
In the space that I've ever seen, and honestly, I think anybody.
Yeah, just accept the fact that I'm canceling you for the wrong reasons.
Strawberry on this kind of situation.
Just accept the fact that I want to ruin your reputation without a legitimate, valid reason.
I mean, it's clear who's in the fault here. It's Makeship who are in the fault, who have been getting rid of people due to association. And hey, maybe this isn't the only person that has been dropped due to this, and maybe other people aren't actually coming out about the situation. Maybe they've done this before in an earlier kind of situation, but obviously due to nobody speaking up, we didn't know about it. And I think, obviously this kind of behavior needs to be called out to, by these companies. Obviously, yes, maybe you do risk working with some companies in the future, sure, whatever, but I think, it does need to be called out, and people need to understand that, sometimes companies mess up, and sometimes companies, make some really bad decisions, and it needs to be called out. I would do exactly the same as Strawberry is doing right here. I would be calling out this company. I would be talking about it publicly.
I get that as a company, you have every single right to not associate with whoever you don't want to associate with. Here's what I have to say to you as somebody who's more concerned about the business end of things and less so on the politically correct nonsense. You're gonna be seen as a hypocrite if you happily take money hand over fist with the help of somebody, and then later on, because it earns you virtual signaling points, you're going to like throw them under the bus. People are going to see that and see that you're fake and that your whole company that has like no actual morals and no genuine like I don't want to say legs to stand on or ground to stand on, but basically this sounds like too serious, but it shows the general public, the general like gathering of fish in the ocean, of the YouTube fish that we talked about in the past. It sort of tells them all like, oh, this company is disingenuous. They're incredibly willing to make money off of these people as long as it benefits them. But the moment that like it benefits them more to like disassociate and like cancel them and like join the hate train, they're going to throw you under the bus. It makes you look disingenuous. It makes you look fake as hell, and it shows that you stand on zero morals, and you will basically throw anyone and everyone under the bus, or sort of like you will use anybody as a stepping stone to achieve your own goals. And that's what people are sick and tired of. They're tired of all these like morally grandstanding companies, people, celebrities that are just so freaking like just so superior to the rest of us, right? While behind the scenes doing the same, if not worse, than anybody else. Or even worse, they morally grandstand and morally like cancel people or ruin people. Meanwhile, half of the things they're accusing them of are not even real. They're just canceling them to cancel them. Or because there's like another political motivation behind it, and people are sick and tired of it.
Kind of thing to be happening.
They're just they see it to happen too often.
Which is, benefited both of you, and all of a sudden they decide to cut it due to association. That's just completely stupid. That is completely wrong. And obviously, whenever I first saw this tweet, I was kind of shocked by what I had actually seen. And obviously there's been so much support in the Vtuber community by a lot of people, and also just people outside the Vtuber community as well. Obviously like Kiosha saying YouTube has better quality plushies and stuff, Rima putting like a hug emote, you know, Alara saying I'm sorry Straw. So again, Rev as well even saying this too, saying guilt by association is an incredibly cringe and pathetic thing to do. Luckily we have other companies who actually have our backs, which yeah, hopefully those companies do ramp up some more sponsorships, and I hope that they do find another kind of creator for plushies and things. Obviously, as Kiosha said there, YouTube's apparently do some good ones, so hopefully they don't have the same, you know, mindset as Makeship of like, oh, you know Rev, or you're partners with Rev, or you know Rev's your husband or whatever, okay, we're not going to work with you. That's just so dumb. I think that is one of the stupidest things ever, and I think anybody that is trying to defend Makeship in this situation is just stupid. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you want to say, you know, Rev deserves to be dropped or whatever, sure, I can understand that. Obviously, he is the one making the controversial content. I think even he understands that he makes controversial content. But the fact that other people around him are being affected by this is absolutely outrageous. And I'm glad that, you know, obviously they spoke up about this and didn't stay silent like some people were suggesting them to do. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this video. Obviously, I wanted to keep you guys up to date as quickly as possible. As I said, I wasn't really planning on making this video. Like, I was planning on releasing it tomorrow, but there's been so many different inputs and things coming out from, you know, people that I thought I'd just do it tonight because I want to get this to you as quickly as possible. Yeah,
honestly, he should have waited, because very quickly did things occur where I do believe at this point Makeshift has actually apologized for it. And let me frick, I'm not signed into Twitter on this. But they did apologize, and in all honesty, I think they're even like trying to like work with them again. But who the frick knows if it's still going to be if that's still going to be happening. Oh damn, they even got it. She's even doing a Bible school, bro. This is like some degenerate shit. Like, bro, this is like no wonder she got canceled. Like, just absolute like just disgusting behavior. Honestly. Oh shit, I don't even think she posted it on her YouTube. Or is this the one? Nah. Let's see. Well, but basically, if you go to her Twitter, you'll see. I believe they did like give a full blown apology. I believe they moved on. They kind of realized that it was stupid. But realistically, who knows if I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna affect them. It might not affect them at all. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Apparently, they thought it did, or at least that it would, because they freaking came out and apologized. But let me see if I can find that specific tweet. Damn, dude, she freaking posts a lot on Twitter. Damn. I feel, am I the one not posting enough on Twitter? Is that what it is? Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, all right, here, let me. This was her last, like, update on it. I'm happy to share an update after my conversations with Makeship. They've apologized for the stress caused and acknowledged that their reasonings for not continuing our partnership was flawed. Since they've made positive changes, stating we have adjusted our partnership evaluation process moving forward, and we specifically aim to base our decisions on the content of the creator alone, not necessarily on those who they associate with. This is a significant step towards step forward and a win for creators, ensuring fairer evaluations based solely on their own work. Oh, awesome! So they just discovered that this freaking potentially multi-thousand, multi-million-dollar company just discovered that they should hold people accountable for their own actions instead of accusing people or canceling people based off of just somebody they know or happen to be associated with. However, I'm deeply disappointed to learn that Makeshift has not changed their decision on working with Rev. Rev collaborated with Makeshift on 3 highly successful campaigns that brought new customers and value to their platform, and made many fans happy with cute plushies, with no change at all in his content since. I've heard Makeshift recently welcomed a new CEO, and while I don't want to assume, I wonder if this shift played a role in their decision. Ultimately, I've chosen not to continue working with Makeshift, and honestly, as somebody who's actually purchased 3 Makeshift dolls, I'm never gonna buy another Makeshift doll personally ever again. Even though they've welcomed me to do so because I don't believe their stance on Rev is fair or consistent. When one door closes, I trust God will open many more. I'm grateful for the past collaborations and Makeshift's professionalism in our talks. I wish everyone at Makeshift and all creators the very best moving forward. God bless. Unfortunately, I kind of stand with her on this. Personally, I purchased 3 plushies from Makeshift. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy another one again. That freaking sucks. But, yeah, it is what it is.
If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also go to Game Subs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off again. We got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, go use Kazahana's, link to his thing. What is it? It's a link to, is it the freaking, the gamer sub? Yeah, the gamer sub, so you can get, like, the thickest, gamer cups, on the internet. I'll be sure to link the video on Discord if you are watching on the VOD. The links will be down in the description below. Go check them out. Ayoo, Monodachis! Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find links to the videos that we reacted to today down in the description below, along with my Oshi marks. I'll see you in the next video, Monos. Goodbye, and thank you so much for swinging by. Sadu!